Hey guys, and welcome back. Right, that was just a quick break. Now, here we are. So, effectively what we've done is a commute on the way home from work. Except homework at the moment, everybody's working from home. But it also means that you get a flavour of just how good, how versatile, and just how damn awesome a K1600 really is. So, again, perception, everything looks closer, everything looks different. But this is a route that we've done hundreds of times. And yet, when you see headlamps coming towards you, they can dazzle you. Now, if you've had laser surgery on your eyes, then you know that headlamps coming in towards you is not a good thing, because they etch your cornea or pupil and you get glare coming from the lights that are coming towards you. That can actually be quite blinding. So there's all these things that you have to take into consideration. And again, you know this route. You've been here with me a few times. So this will bring us up to the Audi roundabout. We'll go to the Audi roundabout and then head off, and I can go and pick up some dinner with some friends. So it's all nice and simple. So we've done this journey a lot of times. You can see the headlamps coming towards you. They can be misaligned. They can cause glare. If you've had laser eye surgery, they can cause glare. If you forget to shut the visor, that's just annoying. Now, when we're riding, and we're riding at night, braking distances are longer. Why are they longer? Safety. You don't want to have to brake late. Brake early, brake progressively, ease off that throttle, because we don't want a bent K1600. Or the rider, to be honest. Best not. Slow down, let him in. I am such a nice guy today. Now you also see that I deliberately went over all of the ironwork that was in the road. And that is something as well, in the dark, you don't always see. So that was to highlight the point. You don't see half the things that are on the road. And when you're riding at night, you're looking in the distance always. You're not looking down here to see where the ironwork is, or if it's in the case of the UK or some of the other European countries, the bad state of the road. If you hit a pothole in the UK, it could potentially throw you off the bike. Again, not a good situation to be in. Now there it is, backing off nice and easily and nice and slow, and then come into a stop. I couldn't balance any longer. I was getting slightly out of control. I wasn't balancing very well. Now, when we come along here, we're lucky. It's well lit. There's cars in front of me, so I don't have to look out for too much, but I do look out for the two cars that are in front of me and the cars behind me. So what I'm doing is I'm seeing how they ride, seeing how they drive. If one of them goes down a pit or a hole, you see a judder in his movement, so then you know that you can avoid it. And with this distance, I have maybe 2 second gap to be able to avoid what it is that he hit, what he didn't, what he went down. And that's just an example. So what you can see is you can use the cars in front as a guideline. You just have to hope that the car in front isn't driven by an idiot, but that's another matter. So what we've got is the Audi roundabout we're coming up to. Or for our American and Canadian friends, the rotaries. And it's different from riding in California. Riding in California was a pleasure, always, and 9 times out of 10 it was warm. And California during the daytime rarely rains. Most of the rain comes in the evening. A strange fact, but it's true on the whole. Now you can't see it, but the big blob of Audi thing is in the middle of the roundabout. Traffic is flowing fairly well. It's a Friday night, so Friday night out. Let that bus go wide, that was good. And now around the roundabout. And what I can do, because I know this roundabout really well, I don't really have to worry too much about the traffic, because I know how it flows for me. But it's all about being slightly more thoughtful. During the day, I'm probably thinking 300-400 meters ahead. At night, I'm thinking maybe 80, 100, 150 meters ahead. Totally different. And I do it for multiple different reasons. I almost stalled it then because I forgot to put it into neutral. Now, when we look at traffic at night in towns, we've got glare surfaces as well, and that can cause rider interference. Now, also, some countries put more silicone egg type shell into their tarmac to make the road slightly grippier. Germany's one of those. and they do it because they like to go brum brum on their autobahns quite quickly. Now what that means for me as a motorcyclist is that the softer the tyre, the more wear I will get from the tyre. Hence the reason why I only average about 12,000 miles, I should say, on tyres. So it's not a bad situation. It just means that you have to think a little bit more. Now, at night, if you've got your passenger, so if you've got your girlfriend on the back, or your wife, or boyfriend, then that is an added responsibility and an added potential issue that you have to think about. Because what you don't want to do is A, scare them, because then they can nag the hell out of you, and then also you don't want to have an accident because of the additional weight, and you're having to brake it. You've braked late and you're coming into an issue where it's going to cause you a problem. So that's not really a good situation to be in. Now I got out there slightly quicker than he did, and I'm not going to go down, I'm going to go this way, because if you look down there, traffic is just red. So at least this way I get a slight difference. So I don't know whether you can see the glare from his red stoplights behind, and then if we look, we could do what is called target fixating, and because I only using him as a reference, you miss everything else around you. So it's important to have multiple references. So it's not just him, it's the car in front, it's the lights, it's everything else that's going on around you, and then also making certain that you have a clean way round. Now what I tend to do as well, same as it does when it gets wet, is I'm always one gear higher than I would normally be. So if I do that, I still get the push, but it's a rapid push from a 4, not the 3. Thank you, my friend, he didn't pull out. And you noticed I actually slowed down because I wasn't certain what he was going to do. Luckily he was sensible and didn't do anything stupid. The lady getting out the car there, if I was going too quick, wasn't having multiple references, wasn't being sensible, I could have hit her. Getting out the car, I would never have seen her until it was too late. So it's all about making certain that position on the road is always the right position as well. So there's a lot to think about when we ride a bike, but even more so when we're on a K1600, and that's because the K1600 bridges between massive performance and, yeah, I would actually say sports bike-esque because it is along the same lines as a sports bike in the way that it pulls and accelerates. And a touring bike, and because she's 8'1", she's as big as some cars, so you have to think really carefully about how you use, run, and actually just do everything you need to do on a K1600. So you have to be really thoughtful. And here we are, I'm just about to park up, and there's the demonic owl looking at you. And we're going to say good night, guys. Have a good evening, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.